Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Justice for All. It's a little bit shorter, we'll do that. And last time we were halfway through the trial and it gave me a bit of a break, so I decided to stop there. So we're going to finish it up today. Shouldn't be too long considering that it's just half of a trial, you know, but anyway, let's get back to it. I remember there being a puppet. He was very rude. Sweetie, you have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then, where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. When I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means... it means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility. Well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double, Wow, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what I wanted to be when I grew up. Magician or president? You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. That doesn't help us much though, does it? Like, we know where to work towards, but all we really have is a basic idea of what to get started with. Now that everyone is back in court, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please, proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Why did she just call him a pitiful clown? It's pretty sad. The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. In West Clownadelphia, born and raised. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that one. Oh, that was pretty good. Name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographically gibberish? Autobiographical. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Dead silence from the jury. Okay, how about this? You met my proctologist, Mr. Seymour Butts. How was that one? but a couple of clowns who are up to no good started making trouble. Your name. Lawrence Curls, professional funnyman, also known as Mo the Clown. You witnessed the scene around 10:15 p.m. the day of the murder. Correct? Yes, it is. Very well. Mr. Curls, will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Raphistarian. I'm going to have to rewatch some of this to get some of these jokes. Without the humor, please. Okay. Aw, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. What you witnessed. I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? Was that a testimony? Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking questions here? Witness. Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You'll hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you. I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. Alright, maybe the real testimony this time. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep. Before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. That's very interesting. If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. Of course you can. There's no way that this account can be criticized. However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. Ha ha ha. That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you've got to find some kind of contradiction in his testimony. I know that. Mr. Wright. Your Honor? I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber-rattling. I understand, Your Honor. If you caused this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. Oh, it sounds like a threat. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You'd say that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct? See, that's the thing. Huh? How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now, 8 o'clock, that's something a clown can riff off of. Let's pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke. Am I gonna get in trouble? Okay, let's go on and see if I do get in trouble. You know, you want to hear the joke. A man goes to a doctor and the doctor asks, "How is number one?" The man says every day at 6. The doctor says and 2. The man says every day at 7. Man, I'm missing out on some good jokes because I'm too busy talking. Witness, these are exactly the kind of jokes you should save for that detective. Ow! You knew what would happen. Don't look at me like that. Mr. Wright, you're hereby penalized. This will not become a kangaroo court. This isn't funny at all. In more ways than that one. Alright. So yeah, I have to keep him on topic, apparently. Let me save really quick. Just in case I mess up. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. You were pooped that night. Yes, I was very, very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. What? The double cheese, double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. What happened after that, as they say, happens. That one was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days. That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply. I've got a good reply. Wait, no, that wasn't my fault. I just asked him I just pressed him on it. That one wasn't my fault. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretations of the facts. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Billy Bob Johns, guilty. The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Poor Billy Bob Johns. Hey, well, it's a good thing I made a save. Alright, so I actually can't press on some things, apparently. I think I might need to press on that they were a bit far away. I think... it wasn't that they were a bit far away. They should have been right outside his window, because he's on the first floor and it happened right outside his window. I think that's where I'm going to have to attack on. Let's press it and hope I don't fail, but I can reload the save if I have to. Far away, you say? You had to say exactly how far away were they? Let me think about that for a second. If my room is here, and they looked about yay big, I'd say they were about 30 feet from my window. Just 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility. I see. Please continue with your testimony regarding the two shadows you saw. You're not in trouble this time, Mr. Wright. Let's just try it. I don't know. I thought there was some... That shouldn't be 30 feet away, right? Maybe it is. I don't know. I feel like it's the later half of this conversation I need to attack. If they were a bit far away, how could you tell who they were, maybe? That's what I need to attack? You'd say you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away? That's right. I had been thinking about it over and over since that night. But things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Miss Von Karma. Now I'm 100% certain that it was Max and the Ringmaster that I saw that night. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols? Uppity symbols? Lawyers nowadays, do you even have to go to school anymore to be one? Alright, everyone knows what to do. All together now, say it with Uncle Mo. Ooh, ouch. See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Yowza! Enough foolishness, get back on track. Will the witness please testify as to what he saw? And only what he saw! Alright, let's press this. I don't think I'll get in trouble for this one. You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head? Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You say you did see everything, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night?
Objection!
I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what's waiting for you. A nice penalty. Yo, isn't this a bit melodramatic? So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime? Of course I do. Gotta press it. Of course I have grounds to make this claim. Then let's hear it. That's something I can't share with you at this time. What did you just say, Mr. Wright? I know there's something wrong with this testimony, but I can't put why I feel this way into words for the judge. Maybe we should get a bit more information. Once we find something more solid, we can give it another shot. Yeah, you're right. Mr. Wright, before we resume testimony, you know you must be penalized. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, it looks like you're guilty. It really does suck having only 1 point left to make a mistake on and you immediately fail. So if he saw two silhouettes, how would he know it was the ringmaster and Max? I guess maybe he saw the silhouette of the cloak, maybe? I guess he would have a pretty good looking silhouette, like you'd be able to tell. I don't really want to waste a whole lot of time here though, especially considering that I do only have one shot, so I am going to pull up the guide really quick, so hold on a second. Okay, so this is apparently where I need to press.
Hold it!
You just happened to glance out of the window? You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls! Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. So I need to keep pressing. Exactly why did you look out your window that night? Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday, once I had tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Ow, ow, ow. That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah. What she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well. Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony. This should start turning the tables in our favor. I heard a huge noise outside the window, and that's what made me look outside. Okay. Okay. So we heard a huge noise, and then he looked outside, and then that happened. So we should probably press that. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say, Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary. Oh, how'd you know that I was gonna make a joke? Ha 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 ha. I guess that's the sound that sounded like I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly. Someone getting hit? Huh. What then? You went to look out the window and you saw... That's when I saw two silhouettes. Okay. So something got hit really hard. And I'm gonna cheat again and look. Let's see. I kept watching them. We have to press them on. Okay. You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head? Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. Really does enjoy the random, yeah. So this is all the same, more or less. Suppose I did. No, I didn't. Oh, right, yeah, because we had to loop back to this when we had more information. Right. Alright, of course I do. I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you'll be telling us that great reason? Of course I will. The reason is... the witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to be believed when he said he looked out of the window upon hearing a sound, there's no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone. In 1972, a crack clown unit... something. Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit. His clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the CT theme to anger this court? No, 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 I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. I feel like every witness in this game does. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, you're back from your jog. Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much. When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Von Karma. Tampering with witnesses again. Well, I mean, that sounds like witness tampering, so, yeah, this case is dismissed. I guess not. So now you're saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep, he was on permanent vacation, as they say. Ha 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 ha. Mr. Curls, Your Honor, you did not witness the actual crime. However, you say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well. Then please testify to this silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. Ouch. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could have only belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. The cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever, this should finally be good enough, yes? It is decisive testimony.
Was Max really at the crime scene that night?
He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that.
All right, Mr. Wright. Commence your cross-examination. The silhouette?
So clearly the part we're going to attack is the fact that he saw a silhouette but couldn't see his face, so he couldn't positively identify it was him. Just that it was his cloak, you know? It's a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. Don't you think that you're going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? That shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think? What are you getting at? I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that it was Max? I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that. Doesn't seem like he's jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this again then. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night? There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. What uppity symbols would you happen to be talking about? Trillo said the same thing. But if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and worn them? I thought of that myself. But just looking at the shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max.
You're sure of that?
Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap. I thought you couldn't see his face. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. You're sure that's what you saw that night? Exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. I got eyes like a hawk. Don't birds have terrible night vision? But that's not all I saw. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. Now, how do you know that? You're able to see that kind of detail from your window. There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight should have been able to see that much. Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like? I can see like a hawk out of my left eye, and an eagle out of my right eye. I think that was a joke. Our records say that his eyesight is a perfect 20/20. It must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly.
The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes.
Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. So, you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding? That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard. Too bad they haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure. They claim it was a blunt object. At least it says so in the autopsy report. With Trillo's testimony and now Mo's, it really seems like Max is the killer. Nick, you've got to find a contradiction in this. That's not going to be enough. What? I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that will help. I've got to do it. Okay. So we have to prove it could have been someone other than Max.